Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're watching this. You need a timestamp on this one. If you look at the middle of this tablet, on the bottom it says the time, and then it's got the date, 2:25 p.m. Tuesday, March 26, 2019. See if I can get that set up straight. And if not, let's put it up here. I want you to know that date, because there's some bitches that are in the NSA, a group of them that's off of them that has a lot to do with these Tier 3s and Tier 4 vehicles. Okay, there's a Tier 4 that just decided to come here and get really stupid. The Drachk basically keep an eye on stuff here at the house, but if they don't have any warning and something's allowed to fly over and then stops and does something and leaves, well, that got right by. They just came over here and they literally, Deanna was coming up the driveway in the new car, you know, it's 2018. It used to be new, but Deanna's been up and down this driveway for a long time. Deanna's a damn good driver. A lot of you know what it's like when all of a sudden you get locked up or you get shut down. Deanna was just coming up in the driveway and coming up into the side of it. On my house and my driveway, let's see if I'm doing this correct. I got to do it backwards. There's a part of the driveway comes straight in and goes to the house garage. Then also another part of the driveway comes up here and goes around the house. Okay, that's where we park the cars. We're away from the house. If we have service people, whatever, coming in, they take care of things. But anyway, so she got attacked. Coming in, she came in the house, came in there, and boom, she got mentally and physically taken out where she couldn't stop the car. And she had some help by the field, which is part of me, and by the primary Lily to keep her from. She came in. The new car is a 2018 Highlander, Toyota Highlander. It's the Platinum LTE. It's got almost every single option on it. I want to make sure Deanna had a nice car. If you notice how I'm talking right now, you can tell I'm still sick, but you know what? I'm pissed. I'm fracking hot. I'm trying to keep down the cussing, but no promises on this one. There's going to be some coming out. NSA, I'm going to say this right now. NSA, FBI, CIA, all the rest of you idiots, you fucked up. You fucked up. You think because I'm almost dead and you can read my energy, you can read my health problems, it's all in the doctors. You see this thing's about to die. You fracking morons. You record everything I put out on YouTube? Are you not listening? Do you not know that the closer I come to leaving this body, the more powerful I am? You just lost the TR4 over the Sierra, over the, I guess, whatever, the Sierras, the mountain range in between Georgia and the West Coast. Rocky Mountains. Thank you. Over the fracking Rocky Mountains. And the two humans in there and the ET that was in there, aw, they're dead. Isn't that too bad? You had to track the beam the thing back in Arizona. What happened to two of your ships inside your facility? Inside your facility. Where you think you're safe. Boom! Gone. Blown up. You have another one that's coming that's going to be flying around anywhere and it's going to be destroyed. Poof. And that'll be today if it hasn't happened already yet. No, not yet. It's coming. It'll be tonight. Eastern Standard Time at night. I guess the idea there is to have a camera. Catch it. You fracking morons. You were so aware of the Drachk. They call me father. You know that. You have all just sealed your fate. That ship, what's left of it? The one that attacked Deanna. What the fuck's left of it, huh? A shell. There's nothing inside you can use. And the ET's blood's green. That's pretty cute. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing that shit fly everywhere. Y'all fucked up, man. Y'all pissed me off. Just like everything else on the other side. The original first being, what people call God and all this other stupid shit. All they had to do was leave me alone. Somewhere back around 2010, 2011, I was sent by the original first being female before I got rid of the two of them, the male and the female. I got sent up to that Starbucks up the road. And you literally had them, you idiots took a particle beam weapon and shot it, trying to hit the middle of my truck to burn a hole in it and go through the block. And what happened? My energy outside blew that thing away to where it missed the right side of the truck by about 1.5 feet. And it blew a hole into the concrete. Not too big, about that big. I looked at it and I was going to go take a picture of it. But I had to get up to that damn, whatchamacallit, Starbucks. There's a gentleman from another ship that needed to see me there, blah, blah, blah. And then I stayed there too long. I was there about 5.5, 6 hours. And then I said, man, I got to go before it gets dark. I got to take a picture of the hole in the road. And y'all had paved over the intersection and back, I don't know, a couple 100 feet. On my side where I would drive, on where you put the hole in the road. And you couldn't believe it. How the hell did I keep you from shooting the truck? You kept thinking it was equipment malfunction. No. You fracking morons. The FBI, y'all are smart enough to know about me. You don't bother me much. You call me the freak. That's your name for me. CIA, you're still stupid. You're stupid. But all these little secret agencies, man, y'all gonna get shut down, blown up. Every single person in the NSA that's in the Pentagon that was in there today, what happened? Every single person relative to the NSA and these other bodies that are in the Pentagon, that were in the Pentagon up to about a half an hour ago, what happened? You're pulling dead bodies out. Those of you that really know me, that have for years, you know what I am. This, what I am inside this body, you think you're looking at a body, but you think that's me. It's not. I'm what's inside. The part of me that's outside of this body, it's like a second layer that comes out. It's sentient on its own, but it's part of me. When it agrees with me about doing something and has the same feeling, then I can kill anything I want, anybody I want. Y'all fucked up. At the end of the road for creation. Not this you little asshole organizations. Not the planet, not the solar system, not the universe. At the end of creation is a wall that stands up and it protects everything, and nothing can bother it. Y'all hit the wall. So now there's going to be a new offensive. The Drachk are going to be knocking your ships out of the sky. One of them is going to die, period. Anything else that's flying over the U.S. and Arizona, everything else, any of these triangular craft, please put them out there. Come on, y'all are so arrogant. You think you're so bad. Put them out there. Put them up there. Let's get rid of some. Won't be me. It'll be the Drachk. You fracking morons. Pissed me off enough to get back in my fracking overalls. God, those... when the second I'm out of this body, I'm coming to you. All of you. There were 2 gentlemen in trip chairs. What happened to them? One in particular was messing with Frank Zoo. What happened to him? Oh, poor babies. Did you have somebody with a blown up head? Oh. November 2012. 2 folks, one person from the, one agent from the FBI, one agent from Homeland Security came to my house. You assholes up top didn't even know they were coming. The guy from Homeland Security, though, he had a heads up about me. And they took me from orange to red as far as a concern. It's cute, folks, but they actually use little sticker dots, colored dots. I told the guys what the hell was on their desk and everything else, what they were doing, the family, everything else. They're like, but the guy from Homeland Security, he knew what the hell was going on. He had the heads up, this guy has got abilities. So he already knew all about me. He knew I was not just the real deal, but he had to watch it around me. And when he came, and the 2 of them came and met me, I made a joke out of the FBI guy because he thought I was a joke. So I fed him enough to really frack up his brain. How did you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that? Fracking moron. I'm making a video now, sweetie.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, and the guy from Homeland Security, he didn't understand. Because after the 3 of us talked, I was thinking of the 2 of them when I talked to the 2 of them, but after the 3 of us talked for a few minutes, this guy from Homeland Security, he's looking around, he sees these homes I've made and feeders I have out for the animals. And he looks at me, feels my heart energy. He was strong heart energy. He's like, this guy is as much threat as it's nothing. In his head, he had this image. This is floating on his head. I didn't go in to read his thoughts. You can't read my thoughts. Nothing can. Impossible. Nothing on the other side of the body can read my thoughts. I am the strongest, biggest, baddest asshole there is anywhere in creation. I love everything. I would give my life to protect any and everything. But you frack with me? You frack with what I'm doing? Creation is finally becoming free, and all of those of you that are control freaks, like these idiot groups, parts of the NSA, or the NSA, I'm shutting you down, bitch. I'm shutting you down. How about that? Maybe it's time for you to come by the house again. Yeah. Wow, this guy Jay, man, he's some kind of crazy freak. Look at this old man go. The guy from when the 2 agents were here at my house, the gentleman from Homeland Security had this image floating on his head of a old white china plate, not the full size, smaller one, with the little blue designs on it, and a piece of apple pie, and it was sagging a little bit. And the message there, the image is, and he was thinking, this guy's as much a threat as apple pie left out overnight. I'm here to help. I'm here to create. I'm here to protect you. Original first being male and female, dead. Their original first angel servants, dead. The only information you have about what actually exists, how your history, your origin, where this thing everyone's calling God come from. You know, the thing that's all loving, all forgiving, perfect, everything else, and yet it made hell to abuse and torture people it didn't like forever. All that information's in these books I wrote, the creation series. I've given you all everything that you could ever possibly want. There's gentlemen like Frank Zoo that I went into a long time ago. Frank and I were talking just before this incident happened, and I already have the okay with him. We talked about it in the middle of a video. We were just Skyping. And I can't do that much. People say Jay looks fine. He's going to last forever. Bullshit. I've had all the tests done in all the hospitals, the stress tests, all the other crazy stuff. It's Frank right there. Anyway, it's an easy fact to see that I'm shutting down. My lungs are shot. I can't hardly get enough oxygen to maintain consciousness. I can't walk without a crutch or something, and then I can only go about 10 feet less. Can't stand on my own at all. And there's no boo-hoo, Jay. I want to get the hell out of here. Now, those of you that just came here, this has got to sound crazy. It should sound crazy. You don't need to believe me. You don't need to watch this video. You don't need to do nothing but whatever you want to do. And you now have as close to free will as you can ever possibly could. You never had it before. That's what all your bullshit religions tell you. Christianity, the Muslim religion, the Jewish religion are all full of shit. All religions are full of shit. No one is any better than anyone else. Period. That's a fact. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. Deal with it or don't. That's your problem. Creation now has equality. That's what this last life was all about. I helped you get along in my last life. Gandhi. By the way, they really sucked. And then this is my very last life. I've had more lives than anyone else. I started stronger than anything else. And after 10.846 trillion lives, yeah. I am the freak. Where's some proof, Jay? I want to see you. You should land in a UFO on a White House lawn. Yeah, where's your proof? Why should I believe you? You don't have to believe a damn thing about me. As a matter of fact, feel free, turn the damn video off. I'll tell you what, before we do, let me show you a couple things. Number one, be right back. Okay, as you look at this video here, look at the video, you look at the image being displayed. That's a quantitative electroencephalogram. I've done this a million times, but there's so many new people coming in every day. I have to do it again, especially right now. Deanna and I were just attacked, and I'm fucking pissed. Anyway, you look at this chart, and they've already paid, but not like they're gonna. Not like they're gonna. This is the problem with creation on all ends. It's arrogant on the other side, and just as it is here with all these fracking humans. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm so cool. Well, you were told you were by the original first being male and female. This God thing that everyone's been praising, it's worthless. It was a worthless piece of shit. A third of them was destroyed in January of 2012. January 10th. On July 10th of 2012. And then in May of 2013, the rest of them was taken out. Actually, it was 2/3 in July, and then the last third in May. I had to go look at that. Anyway, you look at a chart, and then on the left-hand side, you see a quantitative electroencephalogram where they take it's like a net and put it over someone's brain, set it up. These wires go to a computer, and it reads the electromagnetic pulse coming out of your brain. And on the left-hand side was both sides, both of those printouts were the exact same test. There's a video on the front of thespiritualfoundation.com that is very poor. It's about an hour and 50 minutes, pretty much might as well say 2 hours. But you can see barely that it is the same test and what's going on. But it's a quantitative electroencephalogram based test. And then the test you see on the left, where Martin Pera, he's out. He was in Sweden at the time. That's where they did the quantitative electroencephalogram. EEG, and that's him alone. And then they cleared the computer, reset it up, checked everything, made sure everything baseline properly, and then he did the test again, and I went into his hypothalamus gland, put energy inside it, and then later took it and spread it out into the rest of the head, mostly towards the front. I've left diagrams, over 630 videos. They're all free. The information, books and stuff, you buy them on Amazon.com, .Europe, all over the world. But that quantitative electroencephalogram, that literally, look at a difference in the energy. Compare one chart to the other. Look at where you see the wires coming out of the head. The first one, the upper right, on the left-hand side. Now look at the same graph. It's the same test. Look at it on the right-hand side. And then the data sheets, I'm going to, I'll put the data sheets up here in just a minute. I'm going to post them too. So you can look at the data sheets. As a matter of fact, let's just do it real quick. Now you can use snipping tool or whatever to take these pictures and pull them away, download them, and then put them in a folder if you want printed out. And you take that data information and the graphs, and you take it to someone who does quantitative electroencephalograms and ask them if it looks real or anything, and they got to be blown away by what happened, especially if you tell them. But they'll tell you that it's an accurate test. It's not something made up. All right, here's the other graph. This is different information. As a matter of fact, while you're looking at the graph I'm putting up, Deanna, she must be outside trying to relax, smoking a cigarette after all this shit happened. Deanna smokes actual tobacco cigarettes, not the disgusting kind that has all these drugs and stuff in it. It's natural tobacco that is rolled into cigarettes. Anyway, if you look at a blue scale, where it's like mostly blue brains on the left-hand side, if you look at the one to the upper far left, I believe it says absolute power, and you look at it, and there's a ton of blue. And if you look at the scale underneath it, you can tell that blue means stronger energy. It's got a higher number. Now you look at the chart to the right, when I was in his brain, there's not quite as much blue. So, gee, does that maybe mean that my energy, my power inside him made him weaker? All right, let's go back to the left-hand side on the upper left. Look at the scale. What is it, like 3 to 74 or something like that? And then you look at the one at the right, and what do you see? 0 to 1300? Duh. Yeah. And then here's the data. Here's data. Let me. Okay, you can take snapshots of that later. But here's data. Here's the first data sheet that came off. And here's the second data sheet that came off. Okay, so much for the data sheets. As you can tell by looking at it, there's some kind of change. That's me going into someone's brain. You could take that equipment, lay it in a chair anywhere around the world, and I'll go into it and crank it up. You could do 1,000 people at one time. Put the quantitative electroencephalograms on them, put them in a chair, hook it up to equipment. 1,000 all across the world at one time. I'll go into them, and the same change will happen at the same moment all the way across. And they will be cranked up. 1,000. Can I do more? Yes. I was trying to get this ET video out, and see what happened is last night at 11:21, I sent a image, to myself. I was upstairs in this chair. I can't move. You have no idea how sick I am by listening to me and look at me right now. Okay? I shouldn't have said that. It's the outer layer of myself cranking me up to feeding the energy through this body to keep going, but it can only take so much. You have an old frayed wire, you can only run so much through it. So much electricity. Anyway. So I sent myself an email having that image on there about government, and my title for it was Government Remote Viewing. That got their attention. Their satellites look at me all the time. They're watching right now. They'll watch me. I don't care. They don't mean shit to me. Y'all suck. Y'all are worthless. You're not worth the flatulence that I leave. Okay? But y'all have screwed up so bad. As soon as I'm out of this body, when I'm my actual self, then I'll go into everyone that needs it, and you're dropping just like turds out of a hippopotamus. Those of you that are involved in what happened today, you can't hear me because you're dead. Those of you that see what I can do inside a person's brain, this is always and only to help. If I wanted to hurt someone, which I never have except for when something like this happens, I couldn't if I wanted to, because the other rest of myself would keep me from doing it. What's in this body is the strongest piece of the strongest spirit that's ever been created. I was made before y'all. Bigger and stronger, because the original first being, male and female, made me to protect them from anything else. Just got made out of created out of happenstance. Any other spirit that got made out of happenstance inside the first dimension at the checkbook 1. Okay, creation is the beginning of your origin. If you go to Amazon.com and write in, for search, you write in J Essex and then creation. It'll take you to the books, plus the rune book. I'm not trying to make a commercial. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. I have ET information coming out. And I've been talking about the Skinwalker Ranch. And these idiots, this group of idiots that I'm talking about right now, they're worried. Okay? In 1996, and I'm doing a video on the Skinwalker Ranch, and I'm just literally taking it piece by piece. I'll give you the minute something said. I'm taking the movie Hunt for the Skinwalker, and at certain minutes and seconds, somebody says something, they don't know what's going on. These scientists, they don't know what's going on. I explain it. I give you all the information you need. I don't have time to talk to anyone. If you appreciate what I do for you, good. Because I'm doing it for all of you. Okay? Don't send me emails. Don't do anything. Okay? I need to be left alone. But anyway, in 1996, a new group took over. Wait a minute. I got to go back and look. A gentleman, really, really awesome individual, awesome spirit, awesome body with the spirit in it. Robert T. Bigelow. Sir, you are fracking awesome. Man, I love you. You bought the ranch, and then I think, what it was, 2016 when you sold it. I was wrong. I got to tell Frank about that. People, it's hard for me to do this. I have no oxygen. I have nothing left. But you come attack Deanna? Incredible insanity. And there's a death penalty for that. Those that are involved, for most of the action, and a little further back, they're all dead. Like I said, every NSA type agent in the Pentagon that was in there today, they're dead, pulled out. You talk this remote viewing thing. That was going on. I've got more to talk to, more to show you here in a minute. The remote viewing where you about 20 years ago, the video just came out, 2019. They're finally releasing the information about it. The government, the things behind the government, that run the government, that are outside of the government, they're the ones that now supposedly rule the planet. Okay? It used to be the 7 Anunnaki clans. There was 12 that were very powerful. 7 were there. I've had videos in there when I was talking about stuff that happened. It's all in the videos. Anyway, 20 years ago, they were doing, like 1975, they were doing all this remote viewing stuff, and Russia was involved in it more than us. And then they tried to use it as a military weapon. People, you're not allowed to. They can do so much, and then when it's time, the other side shuts them down. It's like time travel. Now, when I do the video about the Skinwalker Ranch, okay, hunt for the Skinwalker, I'm going to go into great detail. When they shot that huge wolf, the wolf was friendly with people. Why? But yet it was still eating cattle right next to the people, almost like it's been doing that before. Like people have fed it cows, and they've had missing cattle. And then when they finally shot it with something that was strong enough to 30-06 or whatever, that was strong enough to knock some of its flesh off, then hours later it looked like it had been sitting there for weeks or a week or whatever. How's that? That's because it was from another time. It was brought over here, and there's actually an energy field around it to maintain it running around while it's in that time. And the smaller bullets, believe it or not, won't even hurt it. It goes into that energy barrier and it's gone. That's why they were so confused. They said, man, it didn't even hit it until they hit it with 30-06. Which was so strong, so powerful, it actually knocked a piece of the body out and went through that energy field. People, I'm no better than nothing else, but I'm here to do a job. I'm anxious to get out of this damn body. I was so sick almost a year ago today, a year and a few days, that I couldn't hardly walk or stand up, and now it's just we're shutting down. But I did need to get this video out. But first, they got stupid and attacked Deanna right on my property. Deanna was just getting up the driveway, and she was just knocked out. And then literally the primary Lily, part of her that's been separated to be here with her, protecting her, and my energy that's in the field that's kind of stronger. It's like the second outer layer of me. Literally, mostly the primary Lily spirit took care of the car, moved the car. So Deanna drove, being mind dead. Couldn't do anything. She literally drove between the back end of my truck, the back end of her Beamer, and you can't hardly take the car sideways and turn it in there. And it's a brand new Toyota Land Cruiser. Toyota Highlander. It's not a little car, and it's not skinny. So if she had to try to do that consciously, I doubt she could, without scraping either side. But she couldn't even get to the brake. Ran right into the retaining wall that I built. And this retaining wall, I'm going to show it to you in a second. This retaining wall, this upper piece you see bent like this, You see that little tree? Look right to the left of it, straight down. You can see one of the steel wrought irons that I used when I built that wall. I used some spikes to hold it together, but then I drilled a 1/2-inch hole through it, and I put 1/2-inch rebar in it. And then you look all the way towards the end of the left of it, you'll see the second piece of rebar in it, plus 3 spikes. So let's show you that now. Okay, there's the wood. Okay, there's the wall. You can see where she hit that railroad tie and see how far the left it is. Now you can see the rebar where I told you it was 2 pieces. I'll give you a second to look at that. Now let's take a look at the car damage. Okay, there's the car damage. Now they did not want Deanna to get hurt. Had they done that, had Deanna got hurt, Nevada would have a huge hole in it. There'd be about 10 huge holes, big enough to put a city in, on this planet, in this country, in the United States of America. I had the body of George Washington. I helped build this country. And I was disgusted. Before I ever got out of office, I said, this is pathetic. But I was well aware of how things happen. I've been working so hard to give you everything you need to wake up, including cranking up people like Frank Zoo. He's just one of thousands. But he's really strong. And he's a friend. He's got good heart energy. So because he and I are close, he's followed all the time. It's like he was saying today, it's so funny because the different agents, NSA and the rest of them, they don't even try to hide anymore. They just almost stand right behind him and look at him. So when we talk on the phone, they listen to everything else. It gives me a chance to laugh at the idiots. But when I was talking with him this morning on Skype, I looked at him and there was something funny going on. I don't matter. Okay, I'm part of creation. I came from the original first being male and female like everything else, original first being. But nothing happened until after they separated. It separated into 2 different parts. 2 parts that were similar but not quite the same, male and female. Okay? That's why you have male and female. There's 4 more new first beings coming that are locked inside the first dimension. Can't get out. Nothing can get in. Nothing can get out. Guess who's doing that? They have no need to split. They're not going to go in physical bodies. They're going to go into the energetic bodies that are set up. 2,000 years from now, there'll be only 10% of the physical bodies in this 3rd dimension are going to be left. The rest of them are going to be all, died off. That's one way to get rid of abuse. Come on, animals killing animals, us killing animals, the suffering, the panic, the fear, the aggression, the anxiety. Mothers having children and babies, whether it's a human body or an animal, and then they're killed, destroyed. And you people say there's a loving God? Get your head out of your ass, would you? Every time I hear that, I just want to puke on somebody, like the person saying it. I want to help them understand, but I'm done. I'm tired. I need to get out of here and make all this shit happen. So anyway, I was talking with Frank this morning on Skype, and I looked at him, I saw stuff going on, I said, okay, Frank, try to feel your energy. And I took my hands, just laid them out here, and I'm feeling energy. He's in California. I'm over here in Duluth, Georgia. It's the heart. Sometimes you just got to stop for a minute. Okay. I saw stuff going on, and I looked at my and I was talking with him about energy. He's starting to go out on the West Coast in California and get around and do some energy work. He'll be doing energy work around the world. Okay. He travels a lot. He is what he is. He was created as soul, but he's got so much of my source inside of him. When I go into you and crank you up, when source goes into you and cranks you up, it has to be source. They put source inside you. You're no longer soul. You start as soul, but the extra source inside you gives you essence. Okay, not soul, but essence, which is soul comes from there's souls. There's human, Fey, and Feyman, which is almost all soul, almost all human or Fey has a bit of the other in them. Okay, if you have over 10% of one or the other, then you're called Feyman. Now that means almost everything. The vast majority of everything out there is Feyman. So if you're Feyman, you can go to human, you can go to Fey, you can hang around Feyman. So the anxiety that was being felt between the human and the Fey essence bodies, that was done on purpose by the original first being male and female, now dead. Again, as of May of 2013. That was to create conflict, because the more you were stressed, especially in a body. When you're in a body and you're being abused in that body, when the body dies and you come out, you go poof. When you're in a body having a life and then you come out, but the life is really bad, really hard, really vicious, extremely abusive, when you come out, you go poof. The whole idea, since the very beginning, first life, that was me and primary Lily. Ever since very first life, it's been nothing but abusive. And the whole idea is the more you abuse something in a body, or the more you abuse spirit, the larger it grows. And the reason for that is so that it was supposed to be December 21st, 12/21, 2012. That's on the fifth age of Earth. In the fifth age on Earth is when I was supposed to tell everyone praise Mother, Father, God, and do all kinds of crazy shit. But people who are telekinetic and doing stuff, there's almost no one that's ever done anything telekinetic. They can't do it when they want. Why? Because it's not them. It was their primary angels, and that all stopped after the angels got taken out. I believe it was by the end of 2015 that I was done with them. I had a little help from Arae. He's gone now except for teeny little pieces of him that were broken off. He's gone that way too for crimes against creation. Whenever the original first being male and female, when they released the fields of essence, and then also when he released each of the 5 different waves of souls, I was always there. Every time I meet anyone, they look at me and they go, I swear I know you. And I said, well, you do. When you were created, I was right there. Spirit, not the body. You are not the physical body. You're what's in it, running it. How does the physical body work? Where's the extension cord? Where's the little panel to put in a new battery? No such thing. It runs on an eternal energy source called spirit, sentient energy. And when you come out of that body, it's dead. If someone destroys the body first, then you come out too. The last 842 billion of my lives, I've had to deal with this kind of crap. Where it was hell getting out of the body. Hell, in my last life, as Gandhi got shot 4 times in the chest. And no, it's not 3, it's 4. If you check, you'll find out. I've been saying that for years. Then a couple of years ago, they found my body being kept in a bank, and they looked at it and they said, "Oh, but damn, 4 bullet holes." Oh. I shouldn't make fun of people. It's just people sometimes they get arrogant and say, "Well, there's no way," and I know they don't know. They can't see what I am. The more you listen to me, the more you become aware of me and what I've done, what I've said, the more you start to understand, all right, I don't know what's going on with this guy, but there's some stuff here that's just making sense and it's irrefutable. How come no one's ever brought this information before? How come he knows? Because I'm the only thing that was ever strong enough to be in a body and give you the information without being attacked and being made not to. Ta-da! Big deal. You needed to have it. Doesn't matter who gave it to you. I don't matter. You drive around Atlanta, and there's a huge, huge rock. It's called Stone Mountain. You drive by it, you can climb on it, walk around it. Fine, it's there, but it's just there. Well, that's like me, except it's a lot bigger than Stone Mountain. It's your spirit inside the body that actually runs it. Okay, this is not the video I planned on making today. And by the way, in any case the thoughts hanging around anyone, Deanna's a good driver. Some of you have been locked up while you're sleeping, where your body can't move, but your mind's, just going 100 miles an hour, or your body can't move and you've been knocked out. Like when ETs come in the house, or some of the government assholes, that's what they do, or the outside of government assholes. Some of them are the military, but it's usually the military higher-ups, only specific ones that get taken away from the U.S. government or U.S. military, and they have involvement with these other groups. Presidents can't just get what they want. They can't show me the ET bodies. They'll say, sorry, you don't have the clearance. And I'm jerking around a little bit. Back to the Skinwalker Ranch thing. In '96, I believe, is when Robert T. Bigelow bought the ranch, and then in 2016 is when he sold it. And Robert, I know, and I realize you'll never say it. You don't need to. I'm saying it for you. He was given he was told, you're going to sell it to us. We're going to give you plenty of money, but you're going to sell it to us. And he did. And it was one of these offset branches that came off of the original NSA. It's still tied in with it. It's got an umbilical cord. But it's an offset branch. And when you look at the video, Hunt for the Skinwalker, near the end, there's you see a guy that's dressed all in black, and he's talking with whatever. Let me tell you about him. He's like a child with a little head trip. The Anunnaki families that used to literally run this planet, they had people who were handlers. They weren't the Anunnaki handlers. Nobody handled them except for certain things. The council that was on Saturn, they're all gone and dead too, as a matter of fact. Gee, wonder what happened there. Their heads blew up. Anyway, these head Anunnaki clans had people that they used to be handlers for the governments, the militaries, and stuff like that. For someone like the U.S., they had one handler that would do certain different things. Another handler, they had 3 handlers that would take care of stuff in a subordinate group. That would do smaller work for him. Well, that guy in black you see at the latter end of the Hunt for the Skinwalker, he's literally being taken care of, told what to do, managed by one of the gentlemen who used to do it for governments and everything else. And then they have this realty company, which is the same, the same group of idiots that actually own a property, and they say, you want to know something about the property, talk to us. It's all set up. And they were hoping to get some information and some of the equipment that's inside Skinwalker Ranch, and couldn't get in there. There's a Drachk energy field in there, really strong. I was talking with Frank. I said, Frank, go look at it. And he's like making faces. He goes through it, and it's like, and he finally sees it. What's going on, but it's really hard to see. And I gotta hurry. And that's because he had to go through the barrier, and the barrier's so strong that nobody could get through it. Those that were inside that area, they've already been removed. The problems in the Skinwalker Ranch, have already been removed. I've already told you a little bit about the Skinwalker Ranch. I'm not going to say any more about that until I give you the video, and I'm going to do a couple other ones first. So anyway, let me show you. Here's a little bit about Frank and I talking, where Frank had someone bothering him, but you need to see it first. As I've done stuff with Frank and everyone else, I give you enough to look at something. I point you in the right direction, but I don't tell you what's there. You find it for yourself. And then I'll explain it and then add a little more to it for you to look at, and then you see it and you say, oh, okay. That way you know to trust yourself. This crap ain't about me. Like I said, I'm something on the side. My job is to protect, care for, serve. I've always been like that. That's all I want to do. People tell me thank you. It's like, I don't know what the hell to do with that. I mean, you're welcome, but damn, please don't say that. Anyway, so here's Frank. When we're talking about what was going on with the energy hitting his head, and then I believe I can find the second part about the second part about the Skinwalker Ranch. I'll put that in the Skinwalker video. So anyway, let's look at the video he and I had today, right when everything was going on.
One other thing too. How's your energy field?
Right now, let me see. I'm not really cranking up too strong right now. Right now, I'm just kind of mellowed out. I don't think I can crank up really strong right now. It feels kind of just...
All right.
Smart.
Try it now.
Well, that's a lot more. Holy shit.
You're being watched, and you have shit for the ETs. The ETs are all over the place now. So I literally, you can see where my hands are. I made a bubble around you, so you could be left alone.
Were they dampening me or just?
They're trying to read you, dampen you.
He was having a hard time seeing, like he didn't have any energy, and then I literally created an energy field. I used my own personal energy. I just opened it up, and with him, and he and I were both inside it, so nothing could stop us. I'm not a ship. Their pilly ships mean nothing to me. Every time I've been brought on a ship, large ones, Drachk warships, they have to cover me. It's like a grounding suit. Legs, arms, head, hands. There's cables attaching, and it's all energy related. It's energy dampening. Because if something attacks me, or if I go after something to attack it, ships can't even control anymore. Ships are run on metaphysical, they're controlled on metaphysical energy. Some of them run on it. But usually they almost always use gravity. They build their own I got to cut this short. I'll explain that later. That outer part of me, that second layer, the layer outside of me, shut me down. I want to give you this from done. These are 6 videos I'm pulling information from. I'm doing anyway. I'd like those of you that care. I'd like you to get these videos if you could. You can. A lot of them are free, at least for Prime members on Amazon.com. I think they're all on Amazon.com. There might be some on Netflix. I don't know. One of them is UFO-Secret-The Friendship Case. That's back from 1950s, early 1950s to 1978 and 79, I believe. Just you'll find out when we go there. And then there's Beyond the Spectrum Being Taken. There's another video. A third video, I Know What I Saw. Stan Friedman's in there. Stan's really cool. Love him, but I'm a little fed up with his not opening up his mind enough to the metaphysical realm, seeing how it evolves, spacecraft, how to drive them. He's trying to prove UFOs are real. It's like, dude, guess how you drive them? Hunt for the Skinwalker. You know about that video. Then the other one is Third Eye Spies. Third Eye Spies, and that's the one when I brought that up. That's what set off the U.S. government. Not the U.S. government, excuse me, the idiots passed part of the NSA, attached to them, but pulled it aside. There's all kinds of ET stuff going on. They're about to come in. They're waiting for me to be dead, for this body to be dead so I can be free. There's a reason for that. You're going to find out about the Alliance of Planets that shortly after that became the Alliance of Life. You're going to find out all kinds of things. I've spoke about them in recent videos. Anyway, that's enough of this. So all you nitwits working for these offsets of the NSA and the NSA, I haven't even started to take you down. I'm going to tear you apart. And you start flying those TR-3s and 4s around and your other shit, fly them around, put them up in the airspace over the U.S. I dare you. Come on, bitches, put them up there. Because the Drachk are going to shoot them down just like, I don't know, like idiots in TR-4s in a barrel. I don't expect anyone to be able to fully understand me, even Frank Zhu, but he's one of the few that really can. And there's more. It's over 100, but it's a small number compared to with over 7 billion people on the planet. The body of people will start disappearing too. I mean, just not like magically disappearing, they'll be dying off. I don't expect people to just believe me. But I expect myself to give you all the information that I know, that I have, that I know you need, so that you can become yourself. I can tell you it's daylight. That's total truth. where I'm at. I can tell you it's nighttime where I'm at, when it's nighttime, and that's total truth. Most of the truths you have to go through life with comes from your wisdom, which comes from your collection of understandings, which comes from you receiving data or knowledge, and then between your heart and your hypothalamus gland, you understand what's going on. That's how you create your understanding. And the solar plexus is involved. Everything is. Book number 3, the Orange Book, the last book of the Creation series that I wrote. Damn. I explain in there how the energy off your spirit moves through your body. How does your pineal work? What happens? It's all there, folks. So there's doctors, scientists, neurologists, genealogists, all these people, a bunch of them are getting this information. I've talked with a lot of them personally. My ability to change DNA, the second I'm out of this body, so I can protect it, so nothing can happen to it, then the last part of the test will be done by this scientist out and group of scientists. And then they will prove. There's your proof that Jay actually changed, or Arae actually could change your DNA, evolve it. It's not to make it something different. You don't grow a tail or horns or something. When I crank people up, a very strong part of me, the strongest part of me, is Drachk. The energy that I used to make the Drachk, I created the Drachk race with Lily, the very second life anyone ever had. She and I had the first together, she and I had the second, and the next 100+ million. So, as I was saying, I need to go. You government agencies, you just fucked up. Or outside of government, whatever, you know who you are. You see in movies, people say, I'm coming and I'm bringing hell with me. I'm already there. The field is a small extension of what I am. Comes right off this body and goes out everywhere. Not all through the universe, but it goes pretty much through the galaxy. Not a solar system, galaxy. So I'm already there. My energy is literally flowing through you. How do you think I find you? Remote viewing? I can do that, no problem. I live there. People talk about the Akashic records. That's me. That's the field. And if you don't need the information, you're not getting it. And if I need to crank up that part of the field going through you, I just go right to you anyway, and that's it. But you have to really screw up before I can actually kill while I'm in this body. You just did. Deanna came from Lily and I have a very special interest in her above all that. You were trying to wreck all 3 vehicles at one time and scare me. Ooh, like I'm not going to do anything. Man, I want to say y'all are pathetic, but you're so far beyond that, it's disgusting. If the little trick with the truck, when you hit that, my truck actually went, up in the air about 4 inches. If that didn't bother me and I was laughing at that, and I'm so much stronger now, y'all can't hardly even track me anymore. All this fighting that I've been doing, I'm something totally unique. Y'all have been in and out of the house, trying to find what's going on, blah blah blah. Y'all screwed up. It's time to pay. Guess who's standing behind the cash register? I'm trying to relax and die. Have this body die. But you want to do this? You've been told? I told you what I'm going to do to you, and you'll see it happen. I warned you what's going to happen with the Drachk. Your biggest problem? Your biggest problem is inside these eyes. I can look at a camera. I can look you in the eye for hours. I'll never blink. Not when I come out and go into you. Don't worry, I'm not coming. I'm already there. You really screwed up. Tell you what, before I get off the video here, I'm going to show you a picture of the a picture of the email that I sent. Here, hold on just a minute. That's the email I sent myself. About 12 hours before before you idiots got stupid. Anyway, I've said all along, nothing's going to stop this creation, this change in creation, because I'm doing it. And nothing can stop me. Everything together can't stop me. And you morons think I'm an arrogant putz? Wow. Stay away from the mirrors. If someone says he can lift more weight over his head than any other person on the planet, and he does, what is he, arrogant? Oh, he's a man that made a comment and spoke the truth. If he keeps talking about it, blabbing about it, and singing songs to himself, okay, he's arrogant. I don't like doing it, but that's what I am. This isn't about... I'm not trying to make this about our products, of course. This is about killing people. This is about being attacked. This power is what's in every single product that Deanna sells on the spiritualfoundation.com, except it's got her in it. Female source energy has more healing energy than male source energy. That's star energy. And I'm over 97% male, so Deanna's like 99-something% female. So those of you that want to cry and scream about me saying kill and stuff like that, then whatever, have at it. If I need to, I'll take the video and I'll just put it on the run it off the website by itself. Oh, something else too. I spent thousands, Deanna and I spent thousands and thousands of dollars putting a security system here in the house. That's incredible. The shop, the house. Just from the one at the garage facing the street, the one under the house. And I'm set way back off the road. If somebody drives by in a car, the thing sets off. The doorbell camera, even farther away, if a car drives by, it picks it up. Guess what? When Deanna was attacked, it picked up nothing. It was shut down. They did it over the internet because it goes right to the cloud, so they shut it down. This all happens. This has all been happening because the original first being that was so lonely, it split into male and female. That was 27.5% lower frequencies. and then want to keep abusing stuff to make it bigger and stronger to create more beings so it would never be alone. But shortly after getting this stuff done, they realized, hey man, we're getting praise. So they wanted more praise machines. And any of you people in any of your religions, you think you got such a wonderful God? Might want to find an oxygen tank somewhere and start thinking better. Get some oxygen in you. Some people just have their head stuck up their ass. They're not going to get anywhere. Well, as I've always said, I'll pretty much always say, but I always mean, folks, love you, take care, and I've always said, don't worry about the government. These and the things behind them, on the side of them, don't worry about them. You just wake up and become yourself. Because these other bitches, they're mine. They're mine. Love you folks. Take care.